God almighty, shit.
The past several weeks here on NWA TNA has seen a very heated situation involving 4 of the top stars in the NWA as well as Vince Russo's sex. Time for a 4 corners match, but before we get to that match, let's take a look at the history between these 4.
This isn't about my 14-year career anymore. It's about my very livelihood. It's about my family.
The time to put Sanders away. Lynn in for the kill. They're rolling the David Flair. He used that burlap bag. He just hit Lynn. No way. Sliding to get out. He's got that burlap bag. Don Kelly's got the bag. He's got it. What happened? You should carry Lynn.
No, he didn't mean to, Mike.
Referee Thomas again for 2.
No, he didn't mean to, Mike. He's going with 2. Where's your stinking hand now? You know where my head's at. You know where my head's at. So damn pump.
The following contest is a 4-way elimination match. About to make his way to the ring, representing Sports Entertainment Extreme from Minneapolis, Minnesota, this is David Flair. And the mystery continues. For several weeks now, we've been trying to find out what is in that burlap sack that David Flair not only brings to the ring, but is used on a couple of occasions to his benefit. Entrant number 2 from Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing in at 212 pounds, Jerry Lynn. You witnessed it earlier tonight when the American Dream Dusty Rhodes came out and talked about getting the NWA locker room together. Well, this is one of the men that he spoke to, Jerry Lynn. Participant number 3 from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 226 pounds, Mike Sanders. Well, Mr. Sanders has returned. The Director of Talent Acquisitions for Vince Russo Sports Entertainment Extreme. As part of this very interesting, it's a 2-on-2 match in essence, but it's a 4 corners bout, every man for themselves. And introducing from Charlotte, North Carolina, he is a former NWA heavyweight champion of the world, weighing in at 242 pounds, Ron the Truth Killing. You know, Don, on paper, it certainly looks like this 4 corners matchup has 2 members of the NWA and 2 members of Vince Russo Sports Entertainment Extreme, but when you think back over the history with Jerry Lynn and the Truth, and we certainly just witnessed it in that great video package prior to this match.
Look right now. They're going at each other right now. And I'll tell you something, Mike. You made a statement about 2-on-2. I can guarantee you Vince Russo has got Sanders and David Flair prepared to work together. I don't think it matters which one of them wins this match. He's got them prepared to work together. So hopefully the Truth and Jerry Lynn can solve their differences right now, Mike.
Well, what a disadvantage that would put the Truth and Jerry Lynn at. And if you really think about it, who knows if this isn't just part of Vince Russo trying to stir up the pot in the NWA locker room, trying to get the NWA competitors off their game, trying to get them unfocused on the most important situation at hand, which obviously is taking control of the NWA once again, getting the tradition of the National Wrestling Alliance back on top and taking away that power from Vince Russo.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's no secret they have made, inferences that the Truth has tried to join Sports Entertainment Extreme. I have a hard time believing it, but a lot of things have been happening where that, you can't believe in every coincidence. So you wonder, maybe is Jerry Lynn in this ring by himself?
Still waiting for an update, not only on the condition of Jeff Jarrett, but the location of Jeff Jarrett. We just heard from Bob Armstrong, who tells me that, as Dusty Rhodes mentioned when he left the building, when he left the TNA Asylum, that he was going to go and try and find Jeff Jarrett. But I still think back to Russo's words earlier tonight, and the fact that, yes, they have the leader. But then when he goes off on that tangent about how Jeff is in no harm,
and
he's
he
doing
loves
this for Jeff's own good. He's the uncle of Jeff's kid, how much he cares about Jarrett, how he's Jeff Jarrett's friend.
And it's no secret again that they have a past together. And yeah, they were friends.
No question.
But the way they took him out was not friendly in any way, shape, or form. So I can't believe that that's the way it is now. And the bottom line is NWA's leader is gone. He's been taken away. Definitely against his will. And even though we've got to call this and keep these matches going and let people know what's going on, I cannot help but wonder the entire time, where's Jeff Jarrett and what's going on?
Yeah, you're right. It is difficult to concentrate on the in-ring action when you're thinking about Russo taking Jarrett by force from the building, from the arena tonight, and what message that sends to the NWA locker room, what message that sends to the roster of wrestlers that represent the tradition of the establishment of the NWA here, and certainly to take the leader away from the picture definitely weakens the National Wrestling Alliance tonight against Russo and company.
Now, a lot of people watching may have watched the history between these guys and think this is a tag team match. It is not. It is every man for himself. It is a four corners match.
And an elimination match as well. So once you are pinned, once you submit, you are eliminated from the match. Off the axe kick cover attempt, 2 count by the former NWA World Champion Ron the Truth Killings on Mike Sanders.
Mike, a question here, just educate me a little bit. I understand that the way this match is designed, technically only 2 people can be in the ring at one time, and as far as the middle of the ring.
That's certainly the way that it's set up on paper, but as you know,
things can get out of hand.
Yeah, they certainly can here in NWA TNA, and again we see another sign of the communication problems.
Well, here we go.
Killings and Lynn double team now. Flair and Sanders double team and catch the Truth with the double back elbows.
Well, and Sanders made it
cover.
Said it earlier.
2 count for Flair on Killings.
When he was sitting here at the table, that him and Flair would be working together in this match, which could spell disaster for Jerry Lynn and Ron the Truth Killings.
Cover attempt off the vertical suplex,
especially if when it gets eliminated first.
Yeah, that really is, if you think about it, among the keys to this match. And while Jerry Lynn and Ron Killings may not be on the same page at this point in time, if either one of them is the first to be eliminated, wow, talk about a serious advantage that Russo and company would take over.
But I'll tell you something, as Mike Sanders here takes control over Ron the Truth Killings, a lot of people got to realize too that, yeah, the Truth and Jerry Lynn may be on the traditional side, but they've got a history. The 2 of them got a history. They have not been friends in this business. And sometimes, that can take over in their mind, and they,
I'm sure there's no question that plays a part in this situation. The previous matches that we've seen involving Ron Killings and Jerry Lynn.
Oh man.
Well, Lynn that time exploded on the corner with the clothesline. Sanders able to duck out of the way. Lynn takes down the Truth, and now the double team again. Sanders and Flair.
It almost looked to me like Lynn knew Sanders was going to duck.
Did it seem that Jerry Lynn took one extra step that time with the clothesline? That's the way I saw it. We spoke about that last week. Was it a coincidence, those communication problems? Flair, pin attempt, 2 count on Killings. Was it a coincidence? Or after the previous history that you talked about between these 2? Was it just a case of that emotion coming really to the front and taking over and really putting a wedge between these 2 great competitors?
I'll tell you what, great knife chops there by Flair. Mike, I think, what I actually think happened? I think an accident happened. I really believe.
Maybe the first time?
The first time that the Truth was actually trying to help Jerry Lynn, and it just, David Flair saw it duck, and it caught, hit him with the burlap sack that Flair brings to the ring, and I really believe that was a true accident. But from that point on, the doubt has been in Jerry Lynn's mind, thus creating the doubt back in the Truth's mind, and now...
Yeah, and furthering the doubt in all of our minds as well.
And even though Dusty Rhodes tried to bring them together, once they get out in that ring there, emotions take over, Mike.
To the ropes goes Sanders.
Beautiful by Jerry Lynn.
Super elevation that time with the back body drop. Well, there's impact with the running clothesline, and that one nailed Sanders, took him down.
I'll tell you what, there's no denying. Jerry, oh, look at that!
Caught him
Here
with
it
the
is!
powerbomb.
2! Oh, I thought he had one. I had him eliminated. There is no doubt that Jerry Lynn is one of the best we've ever seen.
Great counter that time by Lynn, punctuating it with the power bomb, but coming up just short on the pin attempt. Follows up, catches him with the elbow drop. Now going to try and turn him over. Full crab, Boston crab applied, perfect ring positioning. Dead center, middle of the ring. Nowhere for Sanders to go. David Flair in, and David Flair illegally into the ring to break up the submission attempt by Lynn on Sanders.
I'll tell you what, Jerry Lynn's on a mission right now, and
How about the truth?
that's right, here he comes.
Truth caught Sanders with a couple of shots before Sanders elevated him with the back body drop over the top and down to the floor, and now 2 members of Sports Entertainment Extreme in the ring, but Jerry Lynn doing quite well in the corner.
Just wearing
Whoa.
Flair down.
Jorge Estrada,
What in the world?
top rope. Jorge Estrada.
Wow, what a kick on Sanders.
Missile drop kick on Sanders.
Here's 1, 2. He's got Sanders eliminated.
Sanders is out.
Sanders has been eliminated.
Well, there's a little payback. Jorge Estrada taking the beating earlier from Sports Entertainment Extreme. They stripped him of his Elvis outfit, but that time, payback cost Sanders in this match.
Can you say justice, Mike?
Yeah, justice was served that time with Sanders being eliminated.
You know, he's in disbelief there.
Try and focus back on the action in the ring as we're down to 3. Jerry Lynn hits the drop kick on Flair. The Truth, Ron Killing, slow to get up after being sent out to the floor. Now to the ropes. Float over by Jerry Lynn. The boot to the midsection.
You can't deny that Jerry Lynn has been the most active out there so far in this match. But great counter there by Flair. Oh!
Yeah, Flair able to hook that top rope. Lynn misses the drop kick, and there's the opening, and you see that Flair drops down with all of his weight across the knee of Lynn, obviously in an effort to set up the figure 4, but it's reversed into a cradle.
He got him!
He got him!
Can you believe it? Sports Entertainment Extreme.
David Flair has been eliminated.
And
Sports Oh, man, the Truth just nailed me, Charles.
running across the ring with a flying forearm, Ron Killings takes out the official, referee Rudy Charles, and now it is down to 2.
And I'll tell you what, Mike.
Look out, David Flair up on the apron.
Oh!
God, you hear that thud again?
That was the burlap sack again. What is it? It's the Truth.
Cover.
Oh!
Got him, the Truth wins it.
You know,
The winner of the 4 Corners elimination match, Ron the Truth Killing.
okay, Mike. Now I'm starting to wonder, is the Truth with Russo?
Well, I can't answer that. We haven't seen anything officially, but again, too many coincidences here to really satisfy me.
I mean, that was
But I mean, that's the rules of the match. Think about
right.
it. If it came down when they signed the contract, when they agreed to the stipulations of this 4 Corners match, Ron Killings knew it, Jerry Lynn knew it, that it could come down to those 2 being the final men in the ring. That's what happened. But almost as if the Truth went to pick Lynn up that time, but Lynn wanted no part of it, pushing him away. Face-to-face showdown now.
Again,
Yeah.
what is going on? The confusion. These 2 have got to get on the same page, Mike.
Problems between these 2 again coming to the surface. As the Truth rolls out of the ring, he is the winner of this match with a huge assist to David Flair in that burlap sack.